Why people want to work in M&A, private equity, and venture capital. So we already talked a little about this, but I'll quickly run you through. In India, even in boutique law firms, you can expect to start at a 50 to 70K salary at least. Okay, so one big reason is the money, of course. So in India, the salary, including performance bonus, is around, we got recruited, it was 12 lakhs, right? For the year. Actually, it was 14 lakhs of the year, including bonus. Today, the fresher salaries are now anywhere between 13.2 to 17.4 lakhs in the country's best law firms in India. Even in boutique law firms, small ones, you can expect to start at a salary of 50 to 70,000 in India. Law firm partners easily earn upwards of 70 lakhs per year to a few crores per year. Okay. Of course, there is a glamour quotient of being a corporate lawyer, doing deals. If you're doing well in a law firm as a corporate lawyer, you will receive a lot of awards and recognition. You may appear in TV debates and discussions. Managing partners of law firms are often appointed to boards of various companies, right? You may also be appointed to committees to give inputs on proposed regulation or law, which many people find very fulfilling. Imagine flying around the country, living in five-star hotels, working on high-profile deals, right? This is something, I remember when I was a first-year associate, and we were doing a due diligence on a foreign company, and I was flown to another city and lived in Trident, which is a five-star hotel. It was a different, amazing experience. Imagine clients flying you around the world. Okay. Also, it is awesome to open a newspaper and see your deals and your name mentioned there, right? Seeing your work in the Economic Times. Imagine how will you feel when the major financial newspapers cover $1 billion deal, which you have spent the last few months working on, worked really hard, helped your clients navigate tricky issues with respect to negotiation, turned out one revised draft, another. It feels so satisfactory. It feels like a great satisfaction to see that on the newspaper. You sought clarifications from multiple regulatory agencies. You coordinated with global lawyers, businessmen, and their senior most management across multiple countries. Finally, it all came together and the deal was completed, right? There was accomplishment, a sense of relief, and maybe the client threw a party and sent you a thank you note, right? After that, the deal also received newspaper coverage, right? How will it feel for you when this happens? Amazing, right? How will you feel when this happens? But how will you feel? Imagine you have done all this hard work. It's out of the world feeling, right? Har Kamaljit is saying, right? For most M&A and transactional lawyers, this gives a huge adrenaline rush. It is rewarding enough to want to work on the next big transaction. So it is said that corporate transactional lawyers, they live from deal to deal, right? From one deal to another deal, their life goes on. Okay. If you become press savvy, reporters will also frequently reach out to get your quote on the transaction you worked on and on other similar transactions happening in the market. Okay. It's quite exciting, right? So importance, you get a lot of importance as a corporate transaction lawyer. It feels wonderful when your existing clients, the partners and principal associates in your law firm and seniors even from other firms begin to recognize you for your work. In the fraternity, you start developing a name that go to this, if you want a solution, go to this lawyer. The seniors in your firm will give you more and more challenging matters. The partner will copy you on emails received from a prospective client to prepare the first response, right? You will see your name on the firm's advice and other documents that are sent out to clients. Clients will defer to your views on tricky issues, right? When you know what to do, and they'll come to you and you will say, let's do this. And they'll say, okay, fine. If you are saying this, we'll go with your opinion, right? Feels great. Career growth. I mean, what kind of career growth you can expect over the years? It usually takes 7 to 10 years to become a partner at a law firm. Okay. A young partner with 10 to 15 years of experience can earn up to 10 to 20 times that of an associate.
So my senior associate became an equity partner with Trilegal in 2015. he had graduated 7 years before in 2008. So really fast, right? 7 years to becoming an equity partner. That's the kind of growth path you can have. The growth is very quick and steep in comparison to other careers. Like, this is not your regular 15%, 10% salary increment year on year, right? So the journey requires hard work, but the thing is that it is secure. The growth path is, if you are going to stick it out, work hard, then you are going to grow up through the ranks to senior associate, to principal associate. Principal associate may be called managing associate or counsel in some firms, and then to partner. And after partner, also some firms now they have a very professionalized structure. You may become an equity partner. Okay, and that's what happened with my senior from college, and he was my senior in the firm as well. So corporate transactional lawyers also, now I'm going to explain to you what are the different kinds of growth paths that they have. So they have the opportunity to move to foreign law firms after a few years of Indian experience. It's very common to go to places like to move to Dubai, Singapore, UK, US after having worked in an Indian law firm for a few years. Yeah, next slide. So US, London, US may there would be New York is the most popular, London, Hong Kong, Singapore, Dubai. These are some of the most global destinations to work in for Indian lawyers. And the firms out there are very, very welcoming for Indian lawyers because they have global clients who are looking at entering into Indian market. So these lawyers are actually very effective in dealing with such clients. And these firms have their India desks, which are based in these cities. Okay. You may also become a global in-house counsel of a multinational corporation. Okay. Like, you may have Uber, for example. It's working in, I don't know how many countries today, more than 50 or 100. Okay. Now you imagine being the global in-house counsel of such a company and working from New York, having qualified from an Indian law university. Okay. But of course, it doesn't happen directly. You work for a few years in an Indian law firm and then you get there. Okay. So this is one trajectory. Some of my seniors are heading the legal teams of global corporations, and they are based in New York and other cities. Yeah. Okay. Next one. An in-house counsel is a lawyer working inside a company, handling the legal issues for the company, and an in-house counsel will brief the law firms, the corporate lawyers working in the law firms when there is a transaction to be done. If there is a litigation matter going on, then they will brief a litigator. So the in-house counsel does all the work, but
Yeah.
sitting inside the
In-house
company.
counsel is usually the client for the law firms, right? So in-house counsel is the lawyer inside a big company, right? So he's doing all this, right? Okay.
So apart from long-term opportunities,
International
several big,
opportunity.
yeah, several big law firms also offer short-term international secondments. They may have a tie-up, they may have a secondment arrangement with a client. So what happens is for 3 months or 6 months or even 15 days, you could move to Singapore or to you could move to London for working with another company. Okay, and you could work with a law firm whom they have a global tie-up with. Like when we were working at Trilegal, they had a best friends relationship with Allen and Overy, and people, the highly successful people, they would go for a 15-day. I think that was a secondment come training in London. Okay, and then some people stayed there for a longer duration also. Okay, you could have a 6 month period where you work abroad and then you come back after that to work in India. A lot of people after that, once they go abroad, they start to explore, they build some networks and they explore opportunities in those countries to get more
Yeah,
jobs
many
there, more
many
access.
people who are working today with companies like Facebook and Google or Apple, they first came as a secondee from a law firm, and then they built great relationships and they're very appreciated, and now they work there full time. So that also happens. Okay.
There are several remote work opportunities also which you can secure to work for foreign clients from India. And we've been talking
Or
about
any
remote work
country
from
in the world,
November.
right? Doesn't matter. This is international. You can do from any
Yeah.
country in the world. But people who are in developing countries or underdeveloped countries, you have a bigger advantage because you can work remotely in more advanced countries, right?
So now another trajectory. Okay, my junior who started by
This is
working in
my
Indian
junior
law firm.
actually, Divya,
Oh,
right?
okay.
So
Ah,
actually, there was somebody who I actually trained for the law entrance exam. Okay, and so this is a whole cycle, right? So she went to NLU Jodhpur. After that, she graduated, worked in an Indian law firm briefly, and then she went to the US and started working, doing corporate law work in a New York law firm after doing an LLM in USA. She started working in a US law firm, and in fact now she's helping us to create courses where we are teaching people US transactional law, like how to do deals in US, not only India. Like we are creating a course with her. Okay, so building, because she does this in New York already, and she's helping us to build these courses. And of course, man, there are many other people also helping us, but it is an incredible thing. Like, I just wanted to share this story, that the other time I used to teach someone for law entrance, and now she's teaching Lawsikho students. It's a personal sense of achievement for me.